don't like to lose, but the one positive thing you could take out of that game was our work ethic and how we played together. We out-rebounded them. We had 20 assists. That was the one positive thing, and now it's important to, in the next couple of days, is to build on that effort and come out with the same kind of effort against Bonn on Saturday night.
The first game against Bonn was more or less at the beginning of this crisis. So
yeah, that was the first game where we lost in Artland. Artland played pretty well. They really played well the second half. Tough place to play, but that game against Bonn at home really hurt us, actually. That was the game that, that game was disappointing because we came out and made the same mistakes that we made against Artland. And that was the game that really kind of hurt us, losing that game at home. And, we didn't, obviously, Bonn was struggling a little bit at the time, and they came out and played good basketball, and we didn't show up with a purpose, and Bonn completely outplayed us.
You said in September or October that the season is not decided in October. So now we are in the end of January. What's on the date right now? The middle of the season.
Really, I mean, it's still nothing's won or lost, so to speak. I mean, the Euro Cup is tough right now, obviously, after the loss at home and going into Ritas, playing without Yasin or Turin. It's going to be a very difficult situation. But right now we have to fight through it and pick up ourselves in the German league. I mean, is anything won or lost in the German league? Everything's still in our own hands as far as the German league. It's like one thing. It's like somebody told me in September that the German championship was going to be decided in the playoffs, not the regular season. And until last year, the German champion was never. Bamberg was first last year. It's the first time a first-place team has won the championship for a long time in Germany, as far as I can remember. The year before, Bamberg was sixth in the league and won the championship. But obviously, we have to. The losses in the German league right after Christmas time hurt us, as far as where we were in the standings, and that's one thing. But what hurt us more was the way we played basketball. We were playing at a good level before Christmas time, and then we lost it. It's not, to a certain extent, like I said before Christmas time, it's not if you won or lost, it's how you're playing. Are you getting better? And that's what concerned me after Christmas time. We took a step backwards. But this is spilled milk. There's nothing we can do about it now. You can talk about it all you want. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to move forward, and to a certain extent, you've got to take care of today and learn about yesterday, and the future will take care of itself. And that's what we have to do.
So what did you learn then about yesterday, so to speak?
About how we play?
Yeah.
No, it's like I said many times, our defense, our rebounding, and playing together. Things we were doing very, very well before Christmas time. We were playing defense, we were rebounding, and we had a lot of assists. We were playing together. And those things came a little bit apart after Christmas time. We weren't doing those things. But the biggest thing is we weren't competing. We weren't battling. And that's one positive thing about the game against Kuban, I thought, was that we battled. We battled. It's not a rocket scientist. It's not. don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. I mean, basketball is not rocket scientist. It's pretty simple. It doesn't matter what sport you play, what team sport you play. If you don't play together and you don't compete, you're gonna struggle. It doesn't matter what sport you play. And to a certain extent, that's what we had after Christmas time. Not playing together and not competing. It doesn't matter if you're playing American football, soccer, volleyball, doesn't matter.
So would you say that a situation like this, where there are two important guys missing, can bring the rest of the team more closely together?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what happened a little bit on Tuesday. We came together. A lot of times that happens when you have one or two key players out. It brings the rest of the group together, and they come closer together and they fight better. I think that's what you saw on Tuesday. Unfortunately, we just had a couple black moments there where we were not able to pull it out.
And you changed a few things going with the smaller lineup, like you played this little zone press for a few minutes. Is that maybe something that you will do more, or you change more things until the big guys come back?
Yeah, I mean, we have no choice but to go with a small lineup actually, because we have no big guys. We've done that zone press all year. The 1-1-2-1 back to man or zone. We've done that all year. So we had to change a few things in our offense, and as far as adapting to our, the personnel we have, it wasn't really changing things. It was just emphasizing a few of the plays a little bit more that we do use with the small lineup. There are certain plays we use with the big lineup and certain plays we use with the small lineup. And so we emphasize that more going into the game. Without the big guys, obviously defense is a concern. We don't have that real big presence in the middle. I think, with Torin and Yasin together, we had a pretty good presence in the middle. We had a physical presence. We had a presence in the middle on both ends of the floor. And when Yasin went down, we lost half of that. Like I said after Tuesday, I don't expect either one of them back for 2 weeks. Yasin will probably be back earlier Torin will probably be back earlier, even though his injury was later, because he can run, he can do things. Yasin can't run or do anything yet. So, Yasin, when I say 2 weeks, it could be, I don't see him being back before 2 weeks, but it could also be a month. Who knows, with that kind of injury.
You have one of the top centers in the league in Bonn. You have one of the top centers in the league coming up in Bonn with Chris Ensminger, so how are you going to deal with that? You had some good centers already with Kuban.
Yeah, I thought Derek did an outstanding job against Kuban, using his quickness and defensively. And we have to do the same thing with Ensminger. The key with big centers is you can't give them deep catches. You can't give them catches inside the paint. You gotta make them get catches outside the paint where you have a chance to play them. And I thought Derek did an outstanding job for the most part, not giving their big guys deep catches. When I mean deep catches, I mean around that charge circle there. I mean deep in the paint, where they get deep catches and they can take one dribble or they can finish right away. And I thought Derek did a pretty good job on that. So it'll be really the same kind of tasks that we had on Tuesday as far as playing Ensminger.
But Derek can play 37 minutes every game. Is there another possibility?
To what?
Have you got another possibility you can play? Because you got 2 games in a short time.
Play anybody else?
2, but not Deshaun Wood as a center.
Oh no, we have no other possibilities. I mean, Sven, we've practiced with Sven at the 5, and we've run different offensive things with him at the 5. Made adjustments with Sven at the 5, and we run different things with him than we do with Derek. And you know, Derek played a lot of minutes. He didn't get in foul trouble, and he had a lot of energy. So you know, I went with him a lot longer than normally I would. You know, I only expected Derek maybe to play 27, 28 minutes, but he ended up playing 38, I think. And so we didn't have to use Sven we only had to use him at a short moment at the 5.
Somehow it looked like Derek felt more comfortable on the 5 position than on the 4 position.
Well, basically, until a couple of years ago, he played the 5 his whole life. When I came to Frankfurt a couple of years ago, I played him at the 4 and some 5. And I think Luca brought him in here to play the 5 a couple of years ago. And then they kind of switched it up, and he played the 4 a little bit late last year. And but basically, you're right. I mean, he looks comfortable playing the 5 because he can use his quickness and on bigger guys, and he gets more space to play at the 5. The floor's a little bit spread. Where he's at the 4, he's with another big guy. He doesn't have that space to play a little bit.